Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. Today we have a little bit of drama to talk about, something a little bit spicy, but I also just want to kind of use it as a segue to talk about Alphari a little bit. Obviously, this has been a very interesting, very up and down year for him. Almost being the spring MVP in the spring season for the LCS, almost winning a title in the spring, getting first blooded like 4 out of 5 games in the spring finals, and then obviously going into summer, all the drama with Team Liquid, all the drama with Jack getting benched, some people saying he's toxic, some people saying he's a bad teammate, some people saying he's a diva, but at the end of the day, being one of the best players in the entire LCS, if not in the entire Western League of Legends scene, really throughout most of the year, it's just been interesting. Things have been very up and down. He's been very outspoken. He's always finding himself in the news, and he has himself in headlines once again today. This was, a very popular Reddit post. It kind of got people talking. So that's what we're going to be talking about in this video today. A little bit about Alphari, what's going on, a little bit about his future as well. So definitely drop a like if you guys do enjoy this video. I would appreciate it so much. Subscribe to stay up to date on all my latest content. We're getting closer and closer to that 10,000 subscriber mark by the end of the year, so that'd be absolutely awesome if you guys can help us out a little bit by clicking that button. And consider checking out my Patreon, patreon.com/IamGerm, if you want to help support me, my channel, and my content just a little bit more. With that being said, let's get right into this. So, what is going on today and what we are talking about, this is from my Twitter, at I_am_germ, little plug for my Twitter account right now. We put up 26 likes on this tweet, something decent. I said since deleted tweet, and I posted this tweet that Alphari had up and then obviously deleted, where he said, shout out, I don't know why this is so small, I don't know. Shout out to Riot for making sure to patrol our scrim room with keys that they have to keep us safe and make sure we're always wearing masks while playing. Thumbs up, smiley face. Have enough diseases from solo queue. Last thing I need is another one from my negatively tested quarantining teammates. So obviously Alphari is very upset with what is going on as far as the situations that Riot has them put in place right now. And obviously, he, was trying to let us know. He's kind of venting out his frustrations a little bit. And this is interesting. Obviously, this has a lot of people on both sides. Obviously, COVID, quarantining, masks, all this stuff is so divisive. People are really split on both sides, so polarizing. And yeah, Alphari just kind of letting his voice be known that, it's stupid. He thinks it's stupid that they're being patrolled so much, that they're being forced to wear masks while playing, while scrimming. As someone who wears glasses, sometimes a mask can fog up your glasses. Sometimes the mask can, throw your stuff off. And again, these are people that are being tested all the time. These are people that are being quarantined. We're also maybe seeing, obviously with this frustrations coming out, a little bit of kind of the mental effects and mental toll that quarantining and stuff like this can take on people. Obviously, you're in a high stress, high pressure environment already. You're playing solo queue, trying to get better before Worlds. You're scrimming against some of the best teams in the world. And you're preparing for the biggest tournament of the year while quarantining, while going through a pandemic. There's just so many things. And obviously we know Alphari is already generally a very outspoken guy who's always going to let you know what he's thinking, always going to let you know what's going on. But I obviously do understand what he's saying to an extent. I do think it's stupid that you have to wear masks while playing. I think it's stupid that you have to wear masks, while with your quarantining teammates who, if you're already quarantining with them, you're not wearing masks 24/7. You're doing other things. You're eating, you're having meals, you're hanging out, you're kind of already in that environment with your teammates. Obviously, yes, if you are interacting with the outside world or interacting with other people, masks are probably a good idea just to prevent anyone from getting sick, anyone from ruining the biggest event of the world for Riot. But to have Riot kind of monitoring them and watching over them, feeling like you're already trapped in a freaking hotel room or the boxes or whatever they have you guys in. Just adding a little bit extra to that. I get where Alphari's coming from, but I also get why he deleted it or why he was forced to delete it or whatever. It just seems like, he's always a guy who is going to be saying what he thinks. He's always a guy who's going to be popping up in headlines. And again, I don't necessarily, think this is that terrible or think this is that bad or whatever, but obviously calling out Riot, that's not ever going to be a great look. That's probably not something that Team Liquid wants. It's probably not something that Riot wants, especially about their things. I kind of understand from Riot side, obviously they want the optics to look as good as they can, but I even said in this Twitter thread that, wearing masks while playing with your quarantine teammates while playing a game looks good, but it's probably not actually doing anything. And this is the same, players who weren't wearing masks when they were playing on stage, weren't wearing masks most of the time when they were being interviewed. The analyst desk isn't wearing masks, and players are going on the analyst desk, also not wearing masks. It's like, why all of a sudden would they be going so hard and monitoring people so much and pushing this so hard on people to the point where, people are getting annoyed, people are getting tilted. I get it. I get they want to be safe. I get they want to be cautious, but at the same time, not just doing things that look good, but doing things that are probably actually going to be helping. So I get why Alphari's frustrated. But again, this is just another reason why people are pointing back to the fact that, Alphari, people that don't like him, are saying he's a diva. He's always going to be in drama. He's toxic. He's just always going, right now he's flaming riot. He's not trying to be safe. He doesn't want to follow the rules, that type of stuff. And obviously there's people who, are kind of don't like him that much, and people are kind of interested in staying away from him. And, for those people, obviously, while Alphari is playing well, while he's at the top of the game, he can do whatever he wants, and he can say whatever he wants as long as he keeps performing. But as soon as, maybe he has a bad split or a bad year, or maybe he starts to get a little older, maybe he starts to get a little bit washed, those detractors are going to start to come out more and more. So it'll be interesting to kind of see how this goes. But yeah, just another story of Alphari, being upset and being angry, and it'll be kind of interesting to see how this one all plays out. Also, I wanted to do a little follow-up from our story earlier where, Riot was flaming the play-ins and everything. They actually put out this statement that said, "Note from our digital director, today we activated pick'ems with copy about our intended start. Unfortunately, a member of our team previously wrote placeholder copy meant as an ironic joke to our frustration and not being able to support play-ins, and it was posted live. We all love play-ins here. This year we overhauled pick'ems from the ground up. The pivot to Iceland late, change to the schedule, uncertainty about which teams would qualify, plus technical complexity all resulted in our need to remove play-ins from our pick'em plans. Needless to say, the sentiment reflected in the copy does not reflect our perspective, and in fact is just the opposite. We apologize for the mistake." So that is the statement they put out. I do not believe a damn word of it. I do not believe that it was a copy put in place as a placeholder or a joke or whatever. I think it was just a joke that was a bad joke. I think they tried to be funny. They tried to make a joke, and it didn't land. I think if it was a copy placeholder put there, something, that they intended to remove or change or whatever, I think it would have been changed or removed, because I don't think it was just one person. I think it's a group of people, or at least I hope it's a group of people who looked at this stuff before it actually goes live. And yeah, I don't know. I just don't believe this. Also, I don't know if I believe the fact that they're like, oh, we were gonna put in, play-ins, but just because how everything changed and the technical complexity, blah blah blah. Like, I don't know. To me, this seems like an absolute BS PR statement. I think they just made a mistake. I think they, messed up in putting out a stupid statement. They've never done play-ins before. I don't know if they were intending to do play-ins this year. It seems like now they will at least be intending to do it next year. But to me, this seems like, them just trying to cover their tracks and kind of put out a BS statement. But I don't know, just kind of a couple new stories that I wanted to, follow and keep you guys up to date on. I thought the Alphari tweet was pretty funny, pretty spicy. And I'm sure some other players are frustrated with the, COVID quarantining and restrictions as well. And then obviously Riot getting themselves in a little bit of a mess here. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the future has in store for Alphari. The rumor on the street is that he's going to, put out more of an update, more of a statement for what happened with Team Liquid this year in the offseason. So things could continue to get spicy, but also at the same time, there's definitely people I'm sure involved with the situation who are like, hey man, you got to stop saying all this crazy stuff. I don't know. I really respect it. I love that he speaks his mind. I think it's funny. I think it's awesome. But yeah, pretty much every video today, guys. Definitely drop a like if you did enjoy it. I'd appreciate it so much. Leave a comment down below. Do you think Alphari is good for speaking his mind, or do you think he needs to, just kind of chill out and relax a little bit? I would love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe, stay up to date on all my latest content. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.